Sinew stretching, tearing and twisting of tendon and ligament that holds the soul and flesh together, suffering, ripping into new shapes, struggling. A dark stranger, faceless, massive, emerges silently from even darker mists of smoke and steam. He emerges from the swamp of Jabbok where past and future await. The conjunction in this long black night, this long black still point sharpened fulcrum where teeters precariously the realm of the sane. Those huge hands crash on my shoulders and hips. Ice and fire burn. Faceless still, but deep pools of eyes search the wrinkles of my face, the weary, worn pockets of my life. I came here on this sleepless night after pitching our tents and feeding the flocks and family. Esau's encampment lay across the plains, an arrow's shot's distance away. Our emissaries had met in the evening where it was decided we would meet at dawn's first light. Was he pacing the ground too, unable to rest, afraid to sleep and to fall into fitful dreams? Dreams not only run in our family, they stampede. So I left the camp to walk, to think, maybe even to pray, never expecting to meet anyone in this moonless night, in this desolate place. But this stranger came out of the darkness like a huge silhouette. But unlike a shadow, he had mass and bulk and violence on his mind. This is no cuddly cherub, no soft and sentimental seraph, no feathery wings or flaming sword, but a presence of life, of vitality, feral and strong that has me in its grip. Who are you? I ask between lung-wrenching gasps. Painful silence answers me. Instead, lifted high above the earth, losing my grounding, my mother, like a child's ball, I am tossed to crash in the mud and muck. Scrambling to my feet, trying to flee, but those hands again grab and cause me to melt, pulling me immediately to that featureless face. I search for something to recognize, something to tell me who this may be. My eyes see nothing here. What do my other senses tell me? There, I catch a scent, a vaguely familiar fragrance. I remember the scent of juices and lipstick, jasmine and musk that caught me on my wedding night. This same perfume coming from her, veiled and hidden. Seven years I had waited for that night, this new chapter called marriage. Now I was holding you, drowning in your fragrance, loving you with an urgency to abate the 7-year torturous longing. I loved you. Even in the morning, when I finally saw your face, even in the dawning of the deception, I loved you, Leah. Crafty Laban thought to squeeze another fistful of years from me. That he did. But it was not as painful as he had intended. I did not have to grow to love you, Leah. From that first night I did, with a love strong, yet different than what I had for your sister. This perfume, this passion-eliciting fragrance is yours. But these hands that grab and throw me are not hers. The perfume vanishes as my head hits a rock. My head had slept on rock 1,000 years ago, or so it seems. A granite pillow brought haunted visions of golden stairways and alabaster thrones and angels. All those angels, glowing and singing, ascending, descending. So unlike this silent dark one who squeezes the air from my lungs. Who is this? I have no voice to ask. I cannot even cry out in pain as my arm twists up my back. Stars begin to disappear as blackness spreads across the sky. All sense of direction lost, no weight of gravity. I am light, but I do not float away, held down by long fingers, smooth and beautiful, draped in lavish rings and painted bright. Rachel, my Rachel, how you caressed me, made my body grow strong and hard, ran your fingers over my chest, down my back, and through my mind. Remember when we made love in the fields of ripening grain? How you said it was a potent spell, a fertile omen, and yet, as Leah bore me son after son, your womb was closed. Oh, how we wept together. I wanted to live on through you. I longed for a son, just one heir by you, and I promise I will love him more than my own life, shower him with feasts, dress him in fine, many-colored robes. Our hearts will beat in his chest, and when you die, still too young, still so beautiful, her sons will bow down to yours. Oh, Rachel, I will see your eyes in his, your smile on his lips, and wrapped round the scepter of power he wields, I will see your fingers draped in lavish rings, painted bright. But all is darkness now, as I am broken by these hands, cracked open like walnuts in the fists of a giant. I try to fight back. I want to strike, to inflict any amount of pain I might. There is no reprieve, just an empty beating upon the hard air. The pain pours over me like the Jordan emptying into the sea of death. But death does not come. Death is not this angel's name. But then who, my mind asks, and why? Finish me. Let me sleep in the grave with grandfather Abraham and my father Isaac. Maybe I am dead, for it is Isaac's face I see floating before me. This old man who died blind and deaf, but he looks at me, sees me, recognizes me. Oh, these are not his dim eyes. The face is Isaac's, but the eyes belong to Esau, my twin. Those eyes have searched for me many years while I wandered in a strange land. I am now found and cannot escape. Under that gaze, I feel shame, guilt. I feel the wool strapped to my arms and chest, the dress of deceit I wore that clung to me like oil-soaked rags, burning like the robe of Heracles, reeking of centaur's blood, leaving scars that still ache. On my lying tongue, the taste of rancid stew. This blessing has become my curse. Esau, Esau, I have not robbed you. How could I take that which could never be mine? Isaac did bless his firstborn son. I just tagged along, holding your heel, wrestling with you since before my birth, with you in our mother's womb. Isaac raised his hands and blessed me, but it was you he blessed. In his heart he was gifting you, and I, by deceit, stabbed him in that heart that even Abraham could not stab. Now, Esau, you come to me to meet on the plains of Edom. All our wives and children surround us like expanses of sand on the beach. Hold me, my brother, while I embrace you. In this clasp, I seek your forgiveness. I will not let go until you forgive me. I will not let go. I will not. Despite insufferable pain, I embrace the silent enemy. An ancient, timeless wind that has traversed the globe, gathering up scents and shouts and whispers, swirls around me, pins me against the vortex, and out of the gale voices call to me from the brick ovens of Luxor, from the desolation and the furnaces of Treblinka and Auschwitz. The voices call from Babylon, the ghettos. Hold on, they call, echoing all around. Hold on, hold on. That I can do. Tenacity slogs through my veins. Did I give up for my Rachel? Are not these many flocks the result of long, hard work and wily scheming? But I still do not know why this strange battle began, or what this djinn of darkness wishes from me. Through countless moments of the black night, all sense of time is obliterated. How long have I been locked in this embrace? How many eons have passed since muscle met muscle, since this beautiful strength swallowed me in its grasp? Centuries swirl about us. A moment becomes a millennium. The world spins on this tight spot, nestled between steep slopes of Gilead. The stars sing to me overhead as they flow across the black ribbon of sky. A thread of pale orange light appears over the distant hills, giving me, like a compass, my coordinates. The Gilead Mountains lay to the east. From that dawning, I get perspective. I begin to see where we are. I give thanks for this oriental orientation. Faint streams of sunlight stretch across the sky. My hands and fingers are frozen, locked around the arms that lock me. Too tired to try to open them. My tongue is dry. My eyes are tearless. Am I even still breathing? Has my heart burst in my chest? We stand as statues. Neither of us move. Is this giant as exhausted as I am? The wind drives clouds that rush to cover the dawning light. The ground shakes, convulses. Boulders leap down the cliffs. The Jabbok churns. The last remaining stars lose their footings in the heavens and tumble from the sky. Destruction's echo rumbles in the deep darkness till all is silent, all has halted, and I find I am held by arms. I am held by arms. Smooth and graceful. Into the face of my mother I look as she rocks me, singing her lullaby. Esau I have borne, but Jacob have I loved. Abraham had his favorite son, and Isaac had his, but Rebekah chose me. I, no doubt, will also choose a favorite, a son with curly hair and dreaming eyes. Playing favorites will nearly cost him his life, as it has with all of us. We are a chosen people, God's favorites, and it will cost us. Jacob have I loved. Mother Rebekah, you hold me. You have ensnared me, captured me. Mother, I must be let go. Break the cycle of who loves who. Let me go, so you may also embrace Esau and hold again our father Isaac, whose arms must have embraced you in dark nights, in tents pitched on pastures and plains. Let go, with no more favorites. Loose those apron strings. Set me free that you may embrace also the others, the children of Hagar, our grandfather's other seed, and the offspring of Lot and Ham, of Cain and Lilith, free to choose all, no more favorites, but all are chosen. Let me go. Loose these arms, so graceful and smooth, that hold me close. I am released from hard arms and strong hands. They no longer crushed me in their grip, but my arms still encircle my opponent. I pull tighter. The clouds vanish and soon the sun will break over Gilead. I can see trees in the distance, and further still the faint image of the tents of my family on the other side of the Jabbok. But my adversary remains a dark, faceless being, struggling to be free from my grasp. Tighter I pull. An oak on the bank of the river bursts into flame. The Jabbok swells, spills its banks. A giant wave crashes into the burning tree, sending steam like a plume into the morning air. Rocks cascade down the mountain of Gilead. A whirlwind whips across the valley, throwing dust and river water like a child in tantrum. Clearly, through the darkness, with no shadows or veil between us, I see this wild vitality for what it truly is, beyond mortality, beyond humanity, beyond angelic, beyond the known, beyond personality, beyond experience, beyond all mystery, beyond all answers, beyond words, beyond silence. There are galaxies in those eyes, forests in that hair, oceans in this mouth, mountains on those lips, fire in that breast. I am a speck of dust. Bless me, for I have sinned. From the mist, jackals, vultures, and hyenas appear. Giraffes lumber toward us. Hippos hoist their broad heads out of the river. Elephants and wolves and dromedaries encircle us. The dark stranger shifts in my arms, grows, expands, filling the space between horizons. I am surrounded, engulfed. I hold on as best I can. The beasts all lay down. Birds fold their wings. The lion cradles a lamb. Arms spread out and open hands are offered. Is this a beseeching or blessing? The breeze is slow, warm. There is gentleness in the air. And with that wind there now blows into my heart the knowledge that all I have wrestled with tonight has recreated me, made me new. I have a new name. Shrinking back into my embrace, and no longer the giant, but once again he is the one who claimed me in the night. The animals all are gone. The sky is light. The bright aura of the sun hangs over the horizon. The golden orb will soon show itself. I let go. I let go. He stands before me, silently. His gaze turned toward me, searching. I am shaking. Slowly, a long arm rises and outstretches a hand, touching me lightly on the right hip. Pain flashes through my body and I am thrown, tumbling like a wind-blown weed across the swamp, through the river, onto the other side. While the sun breaks over the mountains, beams of light pierce the water, throwing rainbows in all directions. And the presence is gone. A long shadow retreats into the craggy walls of the mountains that surround me. I struggle to my feet. My hips strain to hold my weight. Taking a step, I suddenly know that with every new step taken on this journey through life, I will be reminded of this night. The sun ascends. A camel carrying my brother appears in the distance. I limp across the desert toward him.